What does Donald Trump's hair and a G-string have in common?
I don't know.
They both barely cover an asshole.
Welcome to GayTalk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
Baby boy, you just spoke facts. Facts on a stick.
Facts.
Absolutely. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of GayTalk 2.0, an LGBT podcast. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel, live and in color, for all of our Patreon supporters. My name is Tom, and I'm your host. And as always, I'm in the studio with my amazing co-host, starting with the first one.
Hey, y'all. Nick or Trish.
And
J-Bear, a.k.a. your boyfriend's boyfriend.
welcome to today's episode.
She back.
She is
She doesn't have
back.
the vid no more.
No
The
vid. Vid free.
But since you were out last week, why don't we start with you, Jay?
Oh, shoot.
How the hell are you? Are you recovered?
Recovered, yes.
Yes.
It was weird. So New Year's Eve, I wasn't feeling great, which was, a little odd because I really haven't.
So mad.
Yeah, I really haven't been out in quite a while. I was planning on spending it with some of the family. Ended up just staying home. Stood home, watched TV, brought in New Year's in bed.
In bed.
In bed, basically.
Which is not a
Not
bad way.
Not bad. First time. Yeah, it's the first time for everything, I guess, right?
That's called we're
Yeah.
getting old, bitch.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Next morning, I wake up with body aches and slight headache and a cough, and I thought I had
Honey,
a head
that's your
cold.
age.
Yeah, girl. I'm thinking I have a head cold, and 2 days in, I'm like, so I test. Came back negative. 2 days later, my granddaughter gets sick. She tests. Same symptoms I'm having. She tests positive.
Wow.
So, regardless of the tests,
That goes to show you,
Yeah.
you just never know.
you never know.
So you're recovered though.
Recovered. I'm pretty much over it, but it's kind of made its rounds through the household. So
Wow.
it is what it is at this point. I'm better, thank God. New Year's was okay. Christmas was fine. We had a good time. We spent it with the grandkids. Same old, same old.
Well, we're glad to have you back. We're glad that you're
Glad to be
well.
back.
That's
Thank
important.
you.
And yeah, Nick and I missed you last week. Did we miss him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We missed you. Yeah, he's wimping.
What? That's new.
He's been really needy today.
Yeah. Which one? I don't know which one it is.
I think it's Oliver.
Yeah, so my dogs are
Probably because you cut their hair.
so I haven't been into to the office for quite a while because I have been working excessive amount of hours.
Ollie.
Stop it. You're breaking my heart. He's wimping. And yesterday I went into the office for the first time in a very long time, and oh my God, they went through it. I got home and these dogs were just like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a year.
I bet.
I'm like, what's going on? Relax. We got this. But anyway, Trisha,
That
darling,
anxiety, that
Trish,
anxiety.
Trish, how are you?
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm queer.
Get used to it?
Sure.
I mean,
Sure,
we are.
sure.
We are. The world still needs to at some point.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I
right?
feel like, if you were to expose yourself to new people, it's like you wouldn't care anyway. You're Trish wherever you go.
Oh, no. I don't. Yeah, no.
No?
I don't care about what people.
Well, that's
I care about what my friends think of me,
okay.
but not random people.
So,
I'm a lot to handle.
do we know? Yes, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a lot.
Mhm.
You're a lot. But we love you for it, though. That's you.
Yeah, I mean, like, you never know what you're going to get.
Until you open the box.
Which
Does
one
it
of her
have
personas
peanuts?
are we going to
And
get
you-
today?
Oh,
Hello?
you should have seen me yesterday.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Girl.
Oh,
But
boy.
overall, the past week has been good.
Yeah, it's been fine. I do have an update.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So last night I'm at home and I'm cooking dinner, and I had just poured the olive oil into the pan. It was heating up, and then I put the garlic in.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I got a notification that my friend request for my Starbucks lover.
Was it finally accepted?
It was accepted.
How long ago did you send it?
I was maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay. Oh, so it's not that bad. Okay.
No.
So maybe he was busy.
But look who's messaging me right now. We've been talking since last night, and so I burnt the garlic.
Oh, but that's okay.
That's
Garlic gets
exciting.
sweet when you burn it.
Yeah, well, it still came out fine, but still, I was like, motherfucker, because we were chatting.
That message, though.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it online? No.
No.
I had mentioned to him, I was like, today was pretty tough. I went in to get my coffee, and you weren't there, or something like that.
Oh.
And he was like, well, I'll be in tomorrow. Should you want a coffee?
Nice.
Okay, so we're making moves. 2024 came in, and he's like, wait, fuck this shit. I'm making moves.
I don't know.
I mean,
This bitch is kicking in doors and taking numbers.
I don't know, because we had an awkward moment last night when we were talking. At one point, I said, if you ever want tickets to anything at the Schubert, let me know. And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. Actually, I'm really interested to go see the show. And I was like, okay, well, I'll let you know tomorrow. Do you want me to give you my number and I can just text you, or do you want me to message you here? He's like, here is fine. And I was like,
and that's okay, because you guys are still,
Feeling
that's
each other
normal.
out.
That's normal. Don't read into it.
I am reading into it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's okay. Sometimes people are very guarded with their
Hey,
personal stuff.
You have to be. You don't show him your crazy side until you're officially in a relationship.
I don't know.
I had this same conversation with my daughter a couple of days ago.
Yeah, don't show the cray
Don't
until
show your
it's
crazy
necessary.
side until you're officially in a relationship.
Yeah.
Until you lock it down.
Until you lock it down. Until then, lie a little.
Yeah.
Don't listen to our advice, but do. Actually, do. Really
No. It's really good advice. Trust me. Because, otherwise, it's like, who the hell lands, somebody when you're this crazy?
Yeah.
You go out to
sitting
your
around this
first
table.
dinner, and they're like, you want a third glass of wine?
No.
No.
Now here's a funny.
Meanwhile, she's home pre-gaming, trying to keep an eye open. I'm good. I'm good.
ready to go.
Here's a funny one for you, because I tell her that, but a couple weeks ago, I don't know what we were doing. It was around Christmas. So my daughter took a picture of us together. She posts it out. She normally does, and I guess he saw the picture, and they were just starting to talk. And I was like, he looks like a pretty cool guy. I hope you enjoy your time with him. I really don't. He got, and she was like, whoa, that's my dad.
That's my dad.
That's my dad. Relax, bro. Relax.
They get twisted quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you got to let him feel it out. You let him feel it out.
I'll let him fill out whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
that's
he
okay.
wants to fill out.
Listen. You connected on Facebook and you're exchanging messages on Messenger.
That's
I know.
good.
I felt like a psycho because I was like, oh my god, we're friends.
That's
And then
a
I was
big
like-
step.
And then I was like, hello.
And then he looked through all your pictures because I'm sure he did.
It took him like a hot minute to get back to me because he was totally
Oh,
social
totally.
stalking
Absolutely,
me.
you have to.
Totally. And
Yeah.
he's going to be like, okay, who's that? Who's that?
He's gonna be like, what happened?
No, Nick. No, Nick.
I might still be pretty, but girl, I was tight back in the day.
Weren't we all?
Weren't we all?
And I'm not
Weren't we
talking
all?
about just my butthole.
I had long hair and that what do you call that shit?
A waist.
A V.
A
right
waist.
here.
Yeah, we don't remember
With
what it's called.
with the pelvic bone and
Yeah, we
that
all.
sexy shit everybody look at and be like, yummy.
Yeah.
That shit is long gone.
Been there, done that.
My shit has
Well, that's
several
good.
protective layers.
That's good. That's wonderful, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. I'm happy for you.
I
Don't fuck it up.
I was texting my coworkers last night, and they were like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "He accepted my friend request."
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
God.
That's awesome.
God, I hope
Congrats.
he's not. Does he know that you do a podcast?
Well, he did stalk my Facebook.
Well, we haven't posted anything really
Yeah.
tagging each other for a hot
No,
minute.
but it definitely says somewhere on there about.
You're a host.
Podcaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. He'll figure it out eventually.
He's not from Starbucks. He's actually from G Cafe.
So if you're stalking, come join us on the show. Tell us what you really think about Nick.
No, don't.
Yeah, please do. I'll make sure, we have a chair right here for you.
You know, no one's been in that chair in a while.
Yeah, we have to get somebody in the studio.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I should actually.
We do. We
got both Tonys.
Yeah, both Tonys. One Tony definitely needs to come on the show. Yeah. And the other Tony is just like hilarious. I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he is. Total sweetheart.
He's funny.
So, yeah.
Full of knowledge.
More than welcome. More than welcome.
Yeah.
The chair's there.
I should book some people too. We have so many emails.
I know. I want to redo this studio. I want to paint in here. Like, I want to do a dark, like, navy
dark
blue.
Colors.
Navy blue.
I want to put
It'll
up
make it
some
look
floating.
smaller.
That's okay.
Why?
How much bigger do you want us to be on camera?
Why you want to put us back in a closet?
Well, if the room
Ain't
looks
no
smaller,
closet.
we're going to look bigger. So, no.
It's amazing how they decide what colors go in my house.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, she's still waiting for me to paint one of these ceiling tiles rainbow color.
Well, I was working toward a wall, but that's not going to happen.
Oh, God, no.
Why not?
No, because this is a home. What if I wanted to, like,
Can
do
we
something?
set the lights to rainbow? Is that a thing?
I probably could, but I need
hasn't.
more lights. Like, I need a whole bunch of lights set behind here so that when you see the reflection, it's all rainbows. Like this one, for example, back here is white. Why is it white? Hold on. And then if I change it, I can do like purple, I can do like green, I can do blue, I can do all the colors. But they're expensive light bulbs, girl.
Oh, I know.
They're
I
expensive.
did all my house in them.
You see? So that one turned a different color.
And these got brighter.
Yeah, that's all right. We see your beautiful face. Oh my God, it's hurting. But anywho, so yeah, no. So we are 2024. Holy shit, what the fuck? Mother Nature, can you take your fucking medication?
Yo, 50 this morning. It was beautiful.
It was gorgeous, but it was
gorgeous.
fucking windy and that rain yesterday.
And I put on this fucking heavy sweater because it's been so fucking cold. And I walk outside and I'm like, well, I'm not
Yeah.
changing. I'm running late. So
So shit happens. No, but Mother Nature, seriously, take your meds, girl.
Yeah.
It's like we were expecting a huge rainstorm. No, first it was snow. We were supposed to get like a foot of snow. Then it was like 2 inches. Then 2 days later, we're expecting a huge rainstorm with wind. We got put on call because, we work for a power company. So we have to.
Yeah. You get
make
the speech.
Exactly. Hello, it's mandatory. Make sure that you're available, blah, 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 blah. Fine. I'm okay.
I ain't hear nothing. Well, remember, I've been on vacation since December 15th.
Have you now?
Yeah, so
Oh, so you just got back
I
to
just
the
got
office.
back to the
So you were on vacation when you had COVID?
So technically, the day I was due back at work was when I got sick.
Well,
So I worked from home. So I still work, but I work
Yeah.
remotely. So
Right.
technically, yesterday was my first day back
Wow.
in the office.
Wow.
Since December 15th. Talk about feeling odd. Like, I was like, why the hell are I... Like, I didn't want to be there.
Let me tell you.
So
You got
hard.
so used to
much
it.
shit went
Yeah.
down while you were at the
Oh, I'm
office.
sure. I'm sure.
And I'm in the middle of all of it.
Of course you are.
Yeah. No, it's been insane. I'm still
I know
working
there's
all
these
crazy
billing
kinds.
issues and rebills and
And I'm
new programs they're setting up. And
Yeah.
when I left, it was coming to a head. I was like,
feel
this is
like
gonna go crazy.
You guys are
after this.
always working on a project for a new database
Yeah.
or a new billing system. I'm like,
yeah.
I've known you for far too long, but it's been a hot minute, and I feel like every single time I talk to you, I'm working on another project.
well, I mean, when you're good,
Yeah.
you're good, and they only pull the best. So I'm so wait, where am I? They only pull the best. So, and then, and then they get mad when I point shit out. I'm like, no, we can't throw that in there. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, that's not right. And it was like, but yeah, no, it's not. It's that kind of situation. But no, it's been crazy. And so I was knee deep in 2 projects that had very strict deadlines.
Yep.
And now I'm going into 2 more. So it's like,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Great job. Here's more work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But, in the end, you do what you got to do. You suck it up, get it done, get it out of the way, and then you move on.
Yeah.
But, no, aside from that, aside from working all crazy kind of hours, I've been very chill. You know, we spent New Year's Eve and New Year's Day together, and then I had to work New Year's Day.
Yeah,
They called me in, and then so we got that done, and that was, you know, crazy. I had a 17-hour work day the following Thursday. It was insane, and but you know, you just get it done. You get it done. And aside from that, I've been doing good. You know, I've. Because
I guess Tommy's gonna be able to cover Bora Bora for all three of us.
Oh, bitch! These faces.
Ladies,
Record these faces because they will no longer be here in 2025.
I'm just saying, he's a thinker.
right?
Y'all got this.
Y'all got this.
Speaking of Bora Bora, I've been watching videos online because I'm obsessed now, like trying to figure out how much exactly does this shit cost. It's going to be expensive.
That's why we should go somewhere else.
Like where? But it's my 50th.
Well, Paul just went to
Aruba.
and he said that like all in, it was like $4,000 a person.
Yeah, well.
And it's beautiful there too.
Well, I'm sure it is, but it's not what I want. I mean, you guys don't have to come. I extended the invitation, and I said,
"Oh no, I'll come. I just need to borrow a credit card." I'm like, you extended the invitation.
Oh wait, you're gonna put this on my credit card?
No,
bitch.
In Spanish, what they say is "tú el que invita paga."
Not in this case, girl.
El que
Not in
invita
this case.
paga. You
So,
invite, you pay.
you know, it's like, and some of these YouTubers, right? So like they post a video and it's like 30 minutes long, and then they'll tell you, I'm gonna tell you how much it cost me to actually rent this room, and they wait until like 30 seconds before the video ends to tell you how much it costs. So you have to watch the whole goddamn
whole
fucking
damn
so you
video.
get sucked in, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm going there no matter what it costs."
No, but I mean,
Girl,
for real.
I can't. I mean, we'll see. We'll see where I'm at financially at that point.
Between flights and
Oh my god! So just the room
Well,
alone
actually,
is
you know
like
what?
12 grand.
I do want to marry
See,
rich.
12
So
grand
Yes,
for
I was
one
like-
person.
for a couple.
Oh,
Right, because each hut, each over the water villa has a queen size bed. So typically couples go and they stay there and they do things. So it's like $1,200, like $12,000.
all right, you pay that. I'll sleep on the floor.
No, I want my own room.
Fine, I'll sleep on the beach.
I'll sleep
That's probably an option.
on the outside deck.
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
And they speak French. Good luck when they arrest you. You're gonna be like Chris. You're gonna wake up in a fucking
In the
I have
bushes
field of
somewhere.
grass.
I'll dye my hair blonde. I have blue eyes. I'll be fine.
Merde. That's all I know.
Merci.
Shit. Merde. That's shit.
Mierda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I cannot.
Merci.
No, but you know, it's what I'm hoping that I would get for my 50th, and if I can, I will give it to myself because it's what I want, right? And those that want to come, that you can come, and if you can't afford it, I will not force you. You don't have to come. It feels good to think, you know, that someone thought that, you know, hey, maybe that's something I can do. But if
That
you
would
can't
be
swing
awesome to
it,
do.
don't put yourself in debt for me. I'm gonna have a gay old time by myself on that beach and running around that island or all those islands and all the resorts and all the boats, and I probably sleep all day long. That's what I would do.
Honestly, like
No,
On the
I knew.
hammock.
No, I knew you'd be on FaceTime. How are my babies?
Yeah, pretty much, yes. So not a bad thing.
Psycho.
he's gonna bring them with him.
No, God, no, they're staying behind. You're watching them if you don't come.
Do I get paid for it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to stay here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she does that anyway,
Yeah.
so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So, so you know, I've been meaning to ask you. So, didn't we have, what? Are you kidding me? Anyway, didn't we have a re-grand opening for the Pride Center?
We're doing the ribbon cutting on the next week on the 18th.
Oh, they find a new
Nice.
location?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
let's go.
and we
It's a
moved. Yeah,
beautiful
When?
location.
we are now in what was the Art Space building, so it's the same street. But it's right on the corner. It's much bigger. It's
Where the arcade thing used to be in?
no, sort of close to it though.
Corner of...
Barcade is it's
Still
the
there,
business
isn't it?
before.
Yeah.
Right, and so it's the corner of Crown Street and Orange.
Oh, okay.
It's right there on
That
the corner.
first floor, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. So the move was good. Everything was done.
Yeah, everything was done. We're having a press conference and ribbon cutting on the 18th, so next week, which will be great. We'll have a little bit of a reception following it.
Nice.
So yeah, no, things are really good. I'm really excited about the space. I still actually haven't even gotten a full tour yet.
So can I ask you, is this going to be like a public ribbon cutting
Yeah,
available to everyone?
yeah. The city of New Haven is running it.
Oh, nice. So it's, what time is this? Do we know?
11, I believe.
In the morning
Yes.
on Friday?
I think it's a Thursday, actually.
It's a Thursday. That's harsh though. It's like, I want to go, but I have to work.
11th is tomorrow.
18th
The 18th.
Of this month?
at 11.
Yeah.
Thursday. Next week.
Yeah. So the mayor will be there. He'll say some remarks. So will the executive director, maybe myself and Hope. Most likely I'll make Hope do it.
I love Hope. She's such a sweetheart.
She's awesome. Yeah.
So good. I'm glad because this past year, 2023 was a very, very crazy year for a lot of people. And it was also a very crazy year for many different spaces in a lot of different areas. And, not to be left behind, of course, we had that bomb threat that occurred at the Pride Center in the summer, right before wasn't that the same weekend or the
It was
same
supposed
date?
to be Pride, yeah.
Yeah, it was Pride. And we ended up rescheduling and they ended up having Pride either way. And it was a beautiful event. I went. I'm excited. I have a shirt upstairs actually that I have to wear at some point. But it was an amazing event, and so I'm happy to see that they're settled, they're ready to start.
It was a
taking
big
care of
expense
business.
though. So
Yeah.
right now we're waiting for a lot of funding that's been pledged to the
Right.
center to come through. So our last board meeting, we do a financial update of what's coming in, what's in the bank, and all that stuff. And we had just fell under that threshold that I'm comfortable with. And I think the executive director was nervous because I was like, we need to figure this out now.
Right. And
But I mean, we did everything. Everything's fine. Everything, all the, it's just, you'll apply for all this stuff, and then months later you get the award notification, and then weeks later or months later you get the check. I'm like, okay, we know the money's coming. Just fucking cut us a check.
Right. It's like, hello, we need it right yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the beauty of the Pride Center and all of the centers throughout the state that have supported our community is that they offer amazing, life-changing services, right? They're doing case management, they're doing programs for youth, they're doing programs for different things, and it's important to really support your local communities, right? Because they're the ones that, are in the front lines. And you think about, national level organizations like the HRC, and you think about, GLAAD, and you think about all of these other organizations, but, and it's great to support them. Please do if you can, but also think about your local community centers, because those are by far the ones that impact the people that live in your community the most.
Yeah.
And so if you can, definitely do that. We always say, I donate every month to the Pride Center as much as I can. But yeah, go NewHavenPrideCenter.com and is it .org, excuse me.
Yeah.
And make sure that, if you can, if you live in the area, support your local, your local centers. It's important.
Yeah.
Because, it's when they're gone, it's hard to bring them back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations to them. And then make sure you fill us in.
Yeah,
ribbon
no,
opening.
yeah, it should be good. We're excited. I think what's really the most exciting thing, and I think I might have mentioned this on the show, but we do a lot of work with displaced LGBTQ youth and LGBTQ, I wouldn't say youth, but 18 and above, right?
Would they be considered adolescents?
No,
No.
young adults.
Young adults.
Young
Okay.
adults.
Young adults who, don't have resources for how to interview, how to write a resume, and some of them are homeless. And now at the center, which I thought was just such an amazing thing, we have an actual full shower. We also provide interview clothing. So if, say, there is a homeless individual that wants to or is applying for or interviewing for a job, not only do we coach them for the interview,
That's awesome.
and I shouldn't say we, I should say the center, because I don't do the on the grounds work, but not only coach them, but if they are homeless, they can take a shower, they can get dressed, they can get ready and go to their interview right from the center.
That's amazing. That's amazing. See, and that's the beauty of being able to have donations and, you know, be able to provide all those services, which are important, right? It's like someone's interview is like one of the most critical, right? It's like you wonder, I haven't had to interview in a very long time. I feel fortunate about that, right? But that's not the case for a lot of people. And sometimes that interview is the make or break moment, right? As you move through or navigate the possibility of going into a career, and being able to do that, to have a place where you can go and get ready and receive coaching services. You know,
look, I haven't interviewed in a while either. I mean, I sort of kind of interviewed for the Schubert, but
Right.
my last real interview was Long Wharf Theater, and it was my first interview. Literally was over. I think it was over Skype, because it was way back then. So it must have been Skype, and I was in Mass and I interviewed, and it was the day I found out my brother passed away.
oh wow.
And it was so bad. I mean, like, I said to my mom, I was like, I really should reschedule this. Like, they would not, like, if a family member dies, like your brother, and you have an interview, they're not going to be like, well, fuck this person. They'll reschedule for you. But my mom was like, no, your brother would want you to do this. I'm like, Mom, why would you say that?
Aww.
And so I went, and it was so bad. I mean, so bad.
But you got it.
I got it, but
Clearly
when
you
I
did
got the
something
phone
right.
call back, I was like, "Do I want to work for this company?" Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I was a hot
it was
mess.
so bad. So you never know. But like, I'll never forget it. I was like, "Why are they calling me?" Like, it was that
They're
bad.
just letting me know that they let me down easy.
And then
Oh my God.
I actually maybe a couple years into my job there, I sat down with my supervisor at the time. I was like, "I just have to ask you a question.
Oh God.
Why did you
Why?
even give me a second call back?" And he was like, I'm like, "That was a bad interview." He was like, "Yeah, that was real bad. Like, really bad." And I'm like, it's like, "Well, just so you know, that was the day my brother died." And he was like, "Oh my God, Nick, why didn't you let me know? Like, what the fuck?" And I was just like, "Well,
Mama told me."
My mom said I should do it." And he's like, "Yeah, no, the only reason we actually called you back was because Nicole knew who was his counterpart. Some of my colleagues that I've worked with, well, few of my colleagues, and I guess she had called around, and they were like, no, you should definitely talk to him again." And so,
Yeah, hire that psycho.
He was
You'll
a
love
hot
him.
mess, but call him back.
Nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, you know, when
No.
you think about it,
Yeah.
he's still just as nutty.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, we are halfway through our show right now. So what we're gonna do is I left my drink up. You know what is it with me?
second week in a row.
This is the second week in a row that I leave my beverage upstairs.
You did
So-
that when I was here last
yeah.
time too.
I need. Oh, so this is an ongoing thing. I
Yeah.
have problems. I have issues that need to be resolved.
On set.
So, onset issues. So that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break and we will be back with the dish. Be right back. All right, ladies and gents, welcome back from the break. Thank you for allowing us to take that little respite. We needed to go get our refreshments. At least I did, because she was dry. But we are back. This is the dish episode the dish part of our episode. She's already speaking cursive. And it's not even half hour in. Great. But anyway, we're back. We're going to talk about some stories that we have lined up for you today. They're not that many, but they're good ones. So I'm going to toss it over to Trish first because she's got a story.
Why do you always do that to me?
Well, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, because I just want to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, just to let you all know, you know, apparently I was living under a rock. The Emmys. Not only were we just had what's not the Oscars? What's
The Academy?
No, the Academy Awards are the Oscars. The Golden Globes were yesterday or Sunday, I believe. And apparently the Emmys happened as well. And I'm like, where the fuck was I? But anyway, RuPaul, obviously we know he hosts Drag Race, has won his 8th consecutive Emmy Award for Outstanding Reality TV Host for Drag Race. And, say what you will about Drag Race. And, you may like it, you may not. I have my favorites, and then I have my moments and where I'm like, okay, well, really don't care for this character or that character. But that is an amazing accomplishment to win an Emmy for Best Host 8 consecutive times in a row for a show that, not too long ago, I mean, if we remember in 2023, drag queens were being attacked left and right. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. And I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And
what I will say.
What you will say, okay.
And I'll probably get slammed for saying this, is I'm actually surprised Rue won during COVID. Did you see the show during COVID?
It was a hot mess.
No.
It wasn't necessarily a hot mess.
Oh, I think it was.
But I'm like, girl.
Yeah, well, it was COVID. We're all allowed to not, be at 100%. I mean, we were all pivoting, right? We were at a point in time we were trying to figure out
how to beat my face.
Oh, she's definitely getting slammed for this. No, I will tell you. I mean, listen, I agree with you. There are moments where I'm like, girl, who did your makeup? Who did your hair? But, there are moments that she's rock solid, and then there were just moments
that... Oh, no, she's beautiful in both male and female.
Right.
But,
Yeah, no, there are times where I look and I'm like, all right. So, because that I recently found out that she has certain individuals who've had participated in some of her competitions over the years to her makeup. Mm-hmm. And so I think, if I'm not mistaken, Raja was a contestant, oh my God, like a decade ago. Don't kill me for that, but it seems that long. I mean, we're on what season? Like season 900?
Yeah. It's like Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, it's like the Grey's Anatomy of drag. And, apparently Raja was doing her makeup for a hot minute, and then Raven was another contestant, was doing her makeup for a hot minute. So she has a lot of people do her makeup, and I'm like, okay, well, girl, you're known for your looks, but sometimes she comes out and I'm like, I don't know about that. But it makes me happy, The reason why I wanted to talk about this story a little bit and bring to light the fact that she's now won 8 consecutive Emmy Awards for her hosting duties on Drag Race is because, the drag community went through the fucking ringer last year.
They're still going through it.
But, I mean, when you think about lawsuits, when you think about Florida, it's always
when you think
Florida.
About Republicans
and their targets. And so, I think they moved away from drag queens and transgender individuals, and they're moving now to DE&I. We can talk about that at a later date. It's fucking horrible.
What?
Oh yeah, they're attacking diversity, equity, and inclusion now.
No. We sort of did cover this on a story a while back where government in some states, they were trying to pass a law where the government wouldn't fund public colleges with DEI fund DEI initiatives at public colleges.
Schools, yeah.
Well, they're going full-fledged on this shit now. It's the new thing. It's all of a sudden it's all about DEI. And
I just want to take a moment, okay? Because all right, just because applying for a grant these days, half the application is DEI initiatives. Yeah. Literally, they want to know what you're doing to be inclusive, what you're doing to change the narrative and the stereotype. I mean, I wouldn't even say half. I would say 95%. Actually, almost 100% of them. So
their new initiative now is, attacking DEI, saying that it's basically reverse racism.
So all of these organizations that can't get funding from their state now are going to have to apply to other foundations or whatnot to get the funding they need. But at the same time, I'm like, what kind of state would remove DEI work when that's literally what everyone is looking for right now?
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing, right? And they're talking, so I don't want to get away from the Steel Roost Thunder, but this is important. So they're talking about For example, how certain corporations now are really looking into whether or not they even want to support DEI in their organizations. And, our organization.
What corporations?
Oh, there's I don't know. I don't have the list, but they're taught. It's a big thing. It's happening.
Well, let me just say, don't work there.
Yeah, exactly. Plain and simple. But yeah, no, the Republicans are basically spinning it as reverse racism, right? Where you're giving an opportunity to somebody who may not necessarily deserve it, and that now you're treating white people, as second-class citizens because, you're preferring to give opportunities to people
so
because of the color of their skin or their background or et cetera, whatever the case is.
As a white man with blue eyes,
we get it. You have blue eyes.
It's
girl.
hard
You're beautiful.
to say this out loud, but reverse racism isn't a fucking thing. Okay, it's
Say
not
it again.
Reverse racism isn't a fucking thing.
Thank you.
What it is white people feeling like they're losing their status, and they are afraid to invest in the entire population of America or whatever country you're in, because if they do that, they're going to lose their fucking power.
Right.
And the reality is that's not necessarily the case, but all of these, marginalized groups for so long have been, we haven't invested in them. We have not taken the time to actually, give them the resources that they need. And then we claim that people that are homeless are bad, or that the education rate in a certain community is so low because of this or that. No, it's because we're not investing in those communities.
Right.
So if we actually invest in those communities, we can actually see a benefit for everyone.
Right.
Because contrary to popular belief, white people don't have all the fucking answers. Clearly, they don't have all the fucking answers.
And they have not for a very long time.
And there are some really amazing, amazing people in marginalized communities that can make true change. And if we don't actually invest in them, that's investing in a fucking marginalized community is not reverse racism.
Well, that's what they're pushing.
It's bullshit. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I agree with you 100%.
That's called white fragility, bitch.
And you know what it is? It's attacking their white privilege, and they're feeling some kind of way.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Screw you. That's your problem. I have, there is someone in my Facebook realm of acquaintances that likes to frequent our safe spaces often, but constantly attacks DEI, constantly
because they feel threatened.
They feel threatened. I'm like, girl, I'm not threatening you, but yet you have no problem with coming into our spaces to throw on your girl clothes and feel safe so that you can do what you need to do. But then,
You know why they feel threatened?
Right.
They feel threatened because what a lot of the work is, it's hard work. It's not easy to hear some of the stuff that, that comes out of the work that you're doing.
Right. It makes you feel uncomfortable, but you have to dig into that uncomfortableness and deal with the fact that...
But then you have those people in the room, it's hard to say, but those white people, including myself, sometimes it's like you almost feel attacked, like you can't even say anything, and you're like, no, that's not the case. What you're doing is you're learning from an experience that you've never had to experience.
Oh, agreed 100%.
So I don't know. And like, instead of feeling attacked and like feeling like you need to say something, take a moment to sit back and listen.
Right. And I will tell you that there's a lot of companies that have, seen an increase in productivity, an increase in employee participation in a myriad of different programs. Because of the initiatives that they have implemented for DEI, right?
I mean, we're not asking, with this work, we're not asking to remove seats from the table. We're asking people to make room at the table.
Exactly.
Right? Like, we want all the voices in the room.
Right. So if you have 12 seats, add 6 more and invite people that ordinarily would not be sitting around that table. To bring you a different perspective.
So what struck me recently, and so where I work, we have a leader of color, right? So Anthony is our executive director. And then this past year, we elected and voted our chair of the board as a woman of color. And I think we are the first arts organization in the state of Connecticut to have both a chair of the board that's a leader of color and an executive director of color in the state of Connecticut.
Which is great.
It's great, but it blows my mind that in 2024
we have to do that.
We may be the first.
You're making major changes. It's something that should have happened way.
And you're paving the road.
Yeah.
But it's beyond that too, because like our chair of the board, she was the first meeting I ever went on. When I started in fundraising, she was the first person I met with. And to this day, I will call her, I will use her as a sounding board. She's a brilliant, strong woman. And I'm like, why would you not want this person at the fucking table?
Exactly.
That voice in the room makes a fucking difference.
Right. And so the only thing that I can think of is someone who's feeling threatened.
Yeah.
And it's sad because our experiences at work my whole attitude at work is completely different now.
Yeah.
And it has been since 2020.
Oh yeah, you get that feeling of recognition, right?
Right.
And you feel seen.
Mm-hmm.
Feel seen, which is the main thing, especially in the corporate world.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, just feeling like you're just being seen and acknowledged.
Yeah.
You know, hey, can I get your feedback on this? You know, it makes you feel like you're part of a team that actually values you and
not only the color of your skin, but what you bring to the fucking table.
What you bring to the table.
But I also think it's important to note that DEI, I think a lot of people hear it and they're like, oh, this is about race. It's not just about race.
Right.
This is a fucking gay show. It's about equality. It's about not only race, but LGBT people in the workplace, handicapped people in the workplace. It's about the fucking inclusive umbrella. It's about learning everybody's experiences and understanding how to like work with them and work together for a better future.
Right. So I just, RuPaul, congratulations. We moved on.
Sorry.
Anyway, no. But it's a very important topic. And, you know, I will tell you that. So here's my experience. As a gay man, I'm not hiding at work. You know that. I worked there for 17 years.
Girl.
Everybody knows I'm a gay man. But you know what? I worked up the courage when they asked me to do a spotlight about me. This was in 2019 or 2018, I think it was. It was when I nominated the Pride Center.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that was a big thing. It was me, you know, vocally expressing who I was, not caring about what my coworkers thought about me, but, you know, understanding that I bring a unique perspective to the workforce, but I also come in and I handle my business and I do my work. But I want you to respect me as the human that I am. Everything that I am, all of me, right? And so I said, fine, I'll do it. And the following year, you know, during COVID, they were like, well, you know, we're looking into creating these business resource groups. And I got an email from someone who I didn't know. And she was like, oh, well, you know, we're looking to start an LGBTQ plus group. And
we know you're gay.
And she was like, and I think that you would be really great at it. And at first I was really offended at it. I was offended about that. I'm like, wait, you're writing to me? Like, who are you? And how do you get off presuming to think that, you know, I'm out at work or whatever the case may be? And then I forgot. I'm like, I did a whole fucking spread. They did like a whole fucking story on my experience with nominating the Pride Center. And I'm like, okay, Tom, simmer the fuck down and let's respond to this individual, say, how may I help? And that's what I did. And then eventually we started the Pride group at work. And it's been insanely crazy and successful. And we have a lot of people that are out now as a result of that. We had our first transgender person come out publicly at work, go through the process of changing her name at work and being able to work as herself at work, which was huge. And we have a lot of allies that are necessarily not part of our community, but are there to support. And let me tell you, there's one individual that just goes above and beyond all the time, and she's just fucking great, and we love her. I don't want to mention her name, obviously, because, you know, this is...
I know it doesn't start with an R.
Actually, it does.
It does.
It does. It actually does. But she is wonderful. She's incredible.
Well, that was
she's,
so on the nose.
Yes, girl. She's amazing. And, you know,
She's awesome.
we
She's
have
great.
developed
She's
a
great.
little family of work, and our energy is infectious, right? That was only possible because of the DEI initiative at work. We have a family that spans coast to coast.
Yeah.
We have employees in Oregon. We have employees in, you know, on the West Coast, on the East Coast, North, South,
Maine,
Mexico.
Massachusetts,
We have
Mexico.
employees in Brazil. We have employees
yeah.
in Spain that all interact and make it work. And it's beautiful. And so for all of you that are feeling butthurt, you know, that, you know, I'm sorry, you don't get to control the conversation anymore. Fuck you. It's, you know, it sucks to be you. I don't know what to tell you. It's a new day. And to all the Republicans out there that are sort of kind of saying that, you know, DEI is reverse racism, clearly.
Take a look at yourself. There's a reason you feel that way.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's
You know,
it.
Exactly.
That's it.
I will say too. The only other thing I will say is that I think that there is a smart way and you know, an educated way to go about bringing DEI work to the workplace and
Right.
into any type of organization, and there's a wrong way.
Right.
And I've experienced both.
Mhm.
And to the point of white fragility, when I experienced the other way, that it was almost like shoved down your throat, get on board or get the fuck out kind of a situation, without providing the training, the education. It's always met with, you're wrong, no, that's racist, or whatever it is, without the training and the education.
Right.
That is the wrong way to go about it. And that's how that's how you can continue this rhetoric and this concept of you know, reverse racism
Right.
or white fragility, right? Because the reality is I am now and have been in a situation where, okay, you don't get it, so let's talk about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's important because it's not, I think some people do get offended. I've been offended, you know, like,
You know how impactful DE&I was for our company? We have a whole section under the sexual harassment training that we're all required to take, specifically geared towards the LGBTQ plus community and transgender folks working in the workforce.
and I think that's so important.
It's beautiful.
But the thing is, your company is doing it right. They're providing
Right.
the resources, the education, the space.
The training.
The training.
The
If you
training,
don't
yeah.
provide those things
Yeah.
and you just say it's this way or that way, get out.
Right.
It's
Well, that's the other thing. That's also, you also have individuals that take it to the next extreme, right? So it's, I know that there's a video that's gone around, and I've seen it a couple of times where there's the lady that she's singing. She's saying my pronouns are not what was it?
Negotiable or
Yeah, they're mandatory, and then the guy responds, "How am I supposed to know how to address you?" You know, and his response is like, "How do I address you if I'm just meeting you?" Right?
mm-hmm.
So I can't walk into a room. I can't walk into a room, see you two guys sitting here, and I'm not gonna say, "Hey, how are you doing?" You know, you're having a conversation. Hey Chris, or hey Tom, or
Yeah.
hey Nick. And you're gonna tell me, "No, that's not my name."
my name is Trish.
You're automatically assuming my name is. Well, if you don't tell me this, I don't
Right.
know this.
It-
You can't assume
Yeah.
for people. Yeah.
Right.
So you have your extremes, right? Where you have people where they want to come down your throat because you may have misgendered them, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was alluding to, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
it
there's
can
we
go
address
both
that.
ways, yeah.
We address that in our training, right?
Yeah.
Like if you misgender someone, for example, apologize and say, "I'm sorry," right? That's important. It's very easy. Apologies can be very difficult, but also very
I
easy.
still do that.
Right. And then you say, "Okay, I'm sorry. This is a learning moment. Teach me. What am I
Yeah.
missing here?" Right?
You know, it's actually funny when it's to flip it a little bit, right? So I had a conversation with a colleague of mine who was dealing with a trans bathroom thing at the theater, right? And he asked me to come into the office, and he like read through the email, and he was like, I don't know. I don't know what to do here, right? I can't talk about specifics, right? So
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. We
But, like,
understand that.
yeah.
but like they're a person of color,
Mhm.
and they've taught me a lot. And I had a moment where they trusted me enough to say, "Hey, I need your input
Yeah.
because this is not my wheelhouse."
Right.
And like that is actual productive work,
Yeah.
Of course it is.
especially when it makes change, right?
Exactly. And not only that, but it brings understanding to someone who may necessarily may have not necessarily had the capacity to process
Or
what was going
understand
on.
why that question or request was so important.
Right.
Right.
You have to also
It's-
keep in mind that individuals are hired in companies sometimes, and they assume management should know this shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Right. It's a learning curve for
and
everyone
it's a learning
involved.
curve, and I think that that's a big part of it. Not just the company, but the employees themselves addressing it correctly.
Yeah, I think
know?
you're saying exactly everything right. It's like instead of popping off,
Yeah.
I mean, you can pop off if it continues to happen,
Oh,
but
yeah,
instead
no,
of
but there's-
popping off,
yes.
take a moment and
Right.
say, "Hey, let's have a conversation."
Yeah. Let's educate your fellow people, your fellow companions
Yeah,
in life,
and-
and guide them in the right direction.
Yeah,
And if they
it
refuse?
takes several times. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, right, with a stick, as they say, but sometimes I've done it myself, where I know there was in the past we were discussing an artist, and I kept saying he, and you guys kept correcting me, she,
Right.
and I was like, ugh, and it's just.
Well, and it's other things too,
It's
right?
not meant harmful. It's just people. And I guess with us, the older generations, right? We grew up, we go by
Right.
what we see.
Right.
Yeah.
For
right?
us,
it's always
gender.
been, gender's what we see, and not everybody identifies
Right.
that
Yeah.
way any longer.
You know,
So that's a big change
yeah, it is.
for a lot of people,
And
and people need to understand that as well.
I also think like a lot of people don't. They can't. It's so ingrained in their in their mind what it is that it's hard for them to shift their verbiage, which
Yep.
I still struggle with.
all the
And so
time.
when I screw up, I acknowledge it, right?
Right.
all
You know,
the time.
I actually had an experience. We can move on after this.
No,
but,
go,
like,
go,
I
please.
had an experience that I didn't even like clock. So I was at an event, and we were doing a guess who the kid is kind of thing, and like if you won, you got a little
Oh, I
prize.
remember this.
Did I tell the story on the show?
Yeah, but please, Jay
Go ahead,
wasn't
I
here.
don't think I
Oh.
recall that. So
Yeah, so it's like if you guess who the baby is, you get a prize.
yeah.
Hmm.
And one of my friends walked away, and I was like, that's
Oh, I kind of
That's weird.
Yeah.
and come to find out, they were the only black woman in the room,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it just
You don't realize
it was
yeah.
something that really like
It's impactful.
it struck
Yeah.
her, and
Yeah.
I actually didn't participate. I didn't provide my photo, but like the funny thing is one of my good friends, and that's not even something that I thought about.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just makes you like think in such a broader way.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
neat.
opens your
enlightening.
eyes. Right.
So the activity was meant to bring employees closer together and kind of create a bond,
Correct.
and it did just the opposite, because it kind of
And it may have
this
been
person-
unintended,
it was
right?
unintended, but
It was totally
Yeah.
unintentional. But like, I think not only did it not bring people together, but what it did.
it brings understanding about other people's beliefs and how how they're perceived,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
What did we learn from that, though? We're never doing that
Never
exercise again.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a hard
So,
pass.
so and that's the thing. So the beauty about all of this is that it allows you as an individual and as a group to figure out, okay, that worked, that didn't work, and I need to remember that this is the reason why. Let's be more thoughtful, right, on how we approach activities that involve a group, because you just have to be very careful about how your your exercise or whatever it is that you're planning, you didn't think through that, okay, how does this affect everyone as a group? How does this affect individuals? And is this an adequate or an appropriate exercise for a team meeting, a group? It just makes you think critically. It activates your ability for your brain to really function on all cylinders, right?
What I do
when you ask the right questions.
Yeah, but the only thing I will say is that I wish that the individual would have said something prior to the event. Like pulled the people that were planning the event. Yeah, just decided to say
and sometimes they're not comfortable in doing that.
If you're not comfortable, that's completely okay. But like, seeing how it affected that individual was like, oh God, I wish somebody caught it.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, we're also looking at activities and events that have been in place and companies have used for years, right?
Yeah. Right.
So thinking on a more management level, right? You're thinking, okay, I need to figure something out for the group. Let's, it's like saying, like, our company decides, hey, we're gonna do a trip to the beach. We're all gonna go swimming, right? Half the people might not know how to swim. Yeah. Right. Mm. So you have to. You don't think about it. If it's something that the company has always done, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's still the right way of doing it. So
I'll give you an example. So we have a myriad of different employees from different places.
That was a big word.
Different, religions, etc. So we were doing a gathering for the billing group, and as part of our billing group, we have individuals that are Muslim. We have individuals that are Indian. We have individuals that are Latinos. We have individuals that are white. We have individuals that are black. And we were doing a potluck, right? And so we were like, okay, well, how do we make it work? So we all got together and we talked about, okay, who are the key groups, right? And figure out, okay, what is something that traditionally is something that you eat that is or could potentially be something favorable for the group? Pick something. We'll order from that restaurant. So we ordered from an Indian restaurant, right? And we got like a different versions of chicken. And then we ordered from a seafood place that we know specifically catered to, the black community and the type of seafood and food that they love to eat, collard greens, things like that. And then we ordered, obviously we made like rice and beans, so the Latinos were represented. We had a very, very good showing, and everybody really enjoyed each other, and we all respected each other, but we all got an opportunity to learn and try things from different cultures, which was great.
And I walked in and I was like, where's the white meat?
There she is. No, but it's just, if you do the work, right? If you do the work, it all falls into place, but you have to be willing to do the work. And if you're not willing to do that, then you are the last man.
Yeah, I think you see a lot of this more often within corporate situations because of the array of people and the amount of people that may work. Smaller businesses don't necessarily see that happen, and I've worked on both sides at one point or another. So yeah, there's definitely it's challenges. Again, because you get used to doing something a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that still works today. Right. So it's again, if you're uncomfortable with it, again, sometimes you don't feel comfortable addressing it, but a lot of times it takes you, to get in that uncomfortable position and let people know, and it shouldn't be just hey, once I told them, Once I told them this happened and they did nothing about it.
I'll tell you 20 times.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it becomes challenging sometimes because people, and I've seen totally the opposite, where the person never corrects you or addresses you. And then they turn around and they want to, file a complaint or, sue because they felt they were treated incorrectly.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen it happen recently with a friend of mine, where he was training a new employee at a different company, not ours. Well,
thankfully,
yeah,
that would be awkward.
The employee, and he he was training a fellow employee, male, who is of the LGBT community. And he was like, "Oh, come on, let me show you this, and come here, and hey, hey, dude, come here." A whole week training. Friend gets called into HR because he never addressed him as she, by her pronouns.
Right.
And he goes, "But I was never told
Right.
she went by these pronouns."
Right. And that's a learning moment for HR.
For HR,
right? Because first and foremost, did HR know? Right.
Exactly.
How are we going to approach this? We've decided to hire this individual. We need to have, policies in place and we need to have a plan on how we intend to incorporate the different aspects of people's identity in the workforce, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's sometimes people don't address it correctly, and they go about it the wrong way.
Right.
I think saving grace in a way was for my friend was that his best friend is trans. Right. So female to male. His best friend is female to male. So he knows, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's complete. He went with her through the whole process, surgery and all. He knows how to address a person correctly. So he goes, "How can you try and sit here and tell me that, he's 6 feet tall, 280 pounds, full beard and mustache, never corrects me, and I'm supposed to guess his pronouns?"
Yeah.
Right.
Not okay.
I think it's, we all have to do our part in making sure.
Be better.
Right.
To be better.
Yeah,
It's
that's
on
a
both
very,
parts, absolutely.
it's a very uncomfortable situation.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that was a very healthy discussion. We did have other stories. Clearly, we didn't get to those, and we're not gonna. So,
mine's really quick and really sweet.
Of course, go for it.
Gay animals.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so a pair of male swans at Australian Zoo were given the opportunity to express their fatherly instincts this year with a 3D printed egg.
Oh, come on.
Earlier this month, Zoo's Victoria posted the story of Billy and Elliot.
Wait, did we talk about Billy and Elliot before?
No, they are.
We've
new.
talked about Magic and Sven.
Right. So two male black swans at the Melbourne Zoo. The pair was a rescue after being attacked by dogs and have remained at the zoo ever since. In the spring, during mating season, they began courting each other. While they chose not to sit on the egg, the people that work at the zoo think that they still need to work on the printing and making it a little bit more
realistic. Yeah. But I feel like the two, they're black swans.
Yeah.
I think that's you and your Starbucks guy.
Maybe.
You're talking about what's gonna eventually happen. You're gonna sit there and fucking like
3D egg.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna sit on that 3D egg, all right?
I'll be fine with that.
Oh my God, they're gorgeous.
Gorgeous swans.
They are.
Oh, beautiful.
I like the headline actually on this thing. Melbourne Zoo's gay swans make exceptional parents to 3D printed offspring.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
So
they were eggs.
So we have more gay animals, and it's adorable. But what I was thinking is, how swans can be really aggressive? Imagine two gay swans.
Oh my God, they would be like Nick. They would be like you.
Yeah.
Like
they sit there and judge people as they walk by.
100%. They're like, look at this bitch.
Look at this.
Did you see what she was wearing? Why is she wearing flannel with fucking tulle?
Why
like,
is
you
there
don't do
a
that.
duck in our pond?
Hello? Like, what's up with this fish? I'm about to bite it.
There goes the neighborhood.
These bitches gave us a fake egg.
Like, give me the real thing. I know something's going to pop out.
They're going to steal one.
Of course they are. They're gonna redecorate the pen or wherever they live, right?
Oh, they built a nest and everything.
No, so they built the nest, but I'm saying they're just gonna redecorate everything. They're gonna be like Trish. They're gonna be like you. They're gonna be like, okay, rainbow here, rainbow there. I need you to paint this rock rainbow, like right now, like yesterday.
Yeah,
like yesterday. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it was a cute story.
That's awesome. It's cute. Well, thank you for sharing. I always love gay animals. All right. Well, I'm going to toss it over to Trish.
Give her some love.
I'm going to give her some love. Wait, let me bring this up. Ta-da!
Okay, everybody, here's Mama Kim's Minute. Number 1, new research finds bisexual genes for the first time, and they are reproductively adventurous.
Huh?
Advantageous.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, so check out the article. Number 2, Andrew Scott perfectly explains why openly gay is a term no one should be using anymore. Because we don't have to be openly gay. We should just be gay, most likely.
Truth.
Mm-hmm. It's a liberated space. It's not a closet anymore.
Exactly.
Number 3, this mom perfectly explains what being gay is for her 4-year-old.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to read that story. All right. Well, Jay Bird, it is your turn. I'm going to toss it over to you.
Alrighty, on this day in gay history, brought to you by GayTalk 2.0, an LGBTQ podcast.
You were there. You were almost there.
LGBTQ podcast. So this day, January 10th, 1978, in Maryland, the good old
I was
U.S.
born the next
of A.
year.
Yeah, Gay Married Men's Association meets for the first time in Bethesda. The meeting in Bethesda organizes 35 men who are married to women and have attractions to men. The support group continues to meet in Washington, D.C. today. I should make a trip there one time.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but he's bisexual. So we have to acknowledge his bisexuality.
Yeah,
See,
well,
we're
I mean,
learning. We learn.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Oh, wait. We've got
new
something
segment.
new. Yes, we
Yeah.
do have a little new segment today. I figured, you know what? Let's shake things up a little bit in 2024. So I'm going to do something that's called Who Won the Week. It could be about anything. It could be anyone. It could be in any genre of conversation or topic.
I think I know yours already.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you know my?
Yeah.
Who
I
is
think
it?
So. Hunter?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll kick it off. So Hunter Biden for me won the week today. So as you know, the congressional committee in Congress has been asking or demanding that Hunter Biden actually go to Congress and testify, but they want him to do it behind closed doors. And he has been saying he has actually showed up in Congress numerous occasions on the steps of the Capitol, saying, I will testify in public. I want a public hearing. And they refused to give it to him. So today, that same congressional committee had a session to actually vote on holding him in contempt to Congress, meaning that he didn't want to testify. Well, guess who showed up like a true boss, unannounced, sat in the background, and just put his seat on a butt and
His butt on a seat.
his butt on a seat, and people lost their fucking mind. Hunter.
I saw that.
He went and sat down, and then of course the
I like the way he exited.
oh, of course. But he sat down, and then the Democrats in the committee were like, okay, well, he's here. He's ready to testify. We're literally here to vote on him being in contempt of Congress. He's sitting in the chamber. Who wants him to testify now? And they raised his hands. They raised their hands, and Republicans silent.
Yep.
They don't want it. They don't want nothing to do with that. Marjorie Taylor Greene had her little moment. Everybody freaked the fuck out. It was a shit show.
He walked out before when she came up to speak. So
Yeah.
but I think he was there prior to that.
Right.
I think he sat there for like half hour.
Yeah.
And then says nobody ever called him. As soon as Marjorie Taylor Greene went to speak, he got up and walked away right before she even started
It was
speaking.
amazing. So anyway, the shit show was awesome. So Hunter Biden just absolutely won the fucking week for me. So Jay Bird, who won the week for you?
I have to agree with that one because I was actually looking at the articles just before I came in earlier today.
That was a boss move.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So I
right.
got to give it to him as well.
Trisha Yearwood, who won the week for you?
Oh my God, why?
Oh my God, why?
I did.
Yeah, you did. Tell us why you won the week.
No, honestly, I think Dan Levy for me.
There's been a lot of like conversation about his new movie.
Yes.
Tell us why he won the week.
It's a very good movie. You should check it out. It's called Good Grief. It's about loss and love in a gay relationship and friendship and helping one another through tough time, but then also being tough enough to say, all right, get the fuck up.
Right.
Really beautiful story. But I think the reason for me he won the week was because I'm not sure why. I've been trying to figure it out. I've been reading some articles.
He wrote and directed
He wrote it and
acted.
Yeah.
He did all three.
But there's some personal connection to the loss.
Yeah.
Which we all know. I've lost people in my life. And having the strength to tell a story like that, especially reflected LGBTQ couples, really powerful because we need to see more of, not the red, white, and royal blue perfect love story.
Right.
Yeah.
Life can be tough, and knowing that you're not alone is really, really special.
I mean, you're talking about one of the creators of Schitt's Creek, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that anything that he does at this point is going to be very LGBTQ plus centric.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
So, and which is great. We
like
that.
the wine, not the label.
Exactly. So, okay. So, Hunter for us, Dan Levy for you, Levy for you. Which makes perfect sense. And those are the two individuals that won the week on GayTalk 2.0. So stay tuned next week. So you never know. Yeah. It changes. All right. So Jaybird, you can now take it away.
Moving on. If you love the show, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting service. By subscribing, you get the latest and greatest of our show delivered right to your favorite device or web browser as soon as the episode is published. You can also support us on Patreon. With Patreon, you, our listeners, can help support the show with a pledged donation. The donations are collected monthly. That's my Spanish always wants to come out one way or another. The donations are collected monthly and can be in any denomination of $1 or more. Nick,
more is always appreciated.
Yes, it is.
All right, everybody.
Bora.
Okay, hold on. I'm coming.
Get the Future Method and all other products today. All products are doctor developed and can clean out without hurting your bum. Take confidence anywhere with the anal powder packs, and now increase your stretch goals with the 3-piece anal dilation kit. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum cleanser or bum accessory today.
Yes, queen. Jaybird?
I guess receiving Chris's invite today.
We didn't talk about that. That's right.
So I will go back to his old put a rubber on it.
Okay.
Something he doesn't tend to do, but
But Chris, congrats. Again.
That's right. We got our save the date.
Save the date for Chris.
It's happening.
I respectfully decline.
Nasty.
And Stephen.
He's getting a new last name. I cannot.
Yeah. Let's see if he's I wonder if he's gonna hyphenate the way they wrote it on the invite.
You never know. I guess we'll have to wait to find out.
She needs to
until she posted on Facebook. She needs a do-over, definitely. She totally needs a do-over.
We love her. She's our hot mess.
Yeah.
Okay, our
show
be
somebody's hot mess.
Our show is available on our website, gaytalk20.com, under audio podcast. It is also available as a free download on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Stitcher Radio. Nick?
All right. You can find us on social media, Facebook, GayTalk 2.0, Instagram, GayTalk 2.0. You can email us at gaytalk2.0 at gaytalk20.com. Tom, it's your turn.
Oh my God, he just sent hearts. He was listening. All right, ladies and gents, if you need to reach out to us, just head on over to our website. Click on the Contact Us tab, which is located at the top of your web browser. There you can leave comments, suggest topics, submit a question for the cast or an individual host, or you can give us a ring. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK. And what the fuck?
I just saw Chris's message.
Yeah, I know.
Bitches.
And if you need to reach out to us, you can just head on over to our website, gaytalk20.com. As always, it is amazing to have you join us on our show. Ladies and gents, thank you for joining us. Have a good night. Bye.
Congrats, Chris.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.